Hey everybody, welcome back! The Netherlands is a country that's located mostly in northwestern Europe. The country's capital and largest city is Amsterdam, and population is over 17.4 million people, and it's the 67th most populous country in the world. The Netherlands is the 12th most densely populated country in the world, and the second most densely populated country in the European Union. Nevertheless, it is the world's second largest exporter of food and agricultural products, owing its fertile soil, mild climate, intensive agriculture, and inventiveness. Its official language is Dutch. Its official currency is Euro. It has an area of 41,865 square kilometers. Its bordering countries are Germany, Belgium, and the North Sea to the northwest, with maritime borders in the North Sea with the Dutch countries and the United Kingdom. Let's learn more amazing facts about Netherlands. The Netherlands literally means low countries, as 50% of the land of the country is just over 1 meter above the sea level. Moreover, 21% of its population and 26% of its area is below the sea level. The port of Rotterdam is the largest seaport in Europe and the largest outside of Asia, covering 105 square kilometers. The port of Rotterdam now stretches over a distance of 40 kilometers. Between 1962 and 2004, it was also the world's busiest port. As of 2018, annual cargo tonnage was 469 million tons. The Netherlands remained neutral in World War I, but was invaded and occupied by Germany in World War II. After World War II, 500,000 Dutch left the country in search of the better opportunities. The Netherlands is classified as a densely populated country. In 2017, the population density of the country is 504 per square kilometer. Over 17 million people living on 33.893 square kilometer of the land area. The 5 largest cities of Netherlands are Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague, Utrecht, and Eindhoven. According to World's Happiness Report in 2017, the Netherlands is the 6th most happiest country in the world. Houten, a municipality in Netherlands in the province of Utrecht, is considered to be the safest place in the world. You know why? Because nobody drives cars in the town, and all of its residents use bikes for commuting. The Netherlands is undisputed world leader in water management. They are home to the world's 10 best engineering firms for water project management. After the United States, the country has over 4,000 kilometers of navigable rivers, canals, and lakes. Rhine, Meuse, and Scheldt are the 3 main rivers that cross the Netherlands before reaching the sea. Some 99.9% of the country's households have access to clean, chlorine-free drinking water. It rains every month in the country, and people use raincoats instead of umbrellas to counter the heavy winds that blow. The country is an ideal place to cycle as it's mostly flat. It is also known as the bicycle capital of the world because it has more bikes than people. The country is expected to have 18 million bicycles and population of 17 million people. They have 3 times as many bicycles as they have cars. They have some 35,000 kilometers of bicycle lanes in the country. The best time to visit country is from May to September. Germans who visit the Netherlands is a large number. The biggest international airport in the Netherlands is the Schiphol Airport. The Schiphol Airport handles more than 60 million people passengers every year. Vincent van Gogh was a famous Dutch painter. There is a museum in Amsterdam dedicated to this famous painter. The museum has a collection of over 200 paintings, 500 drawings, and 750 written documents. The museum is visited by some 1.5 million visitors each year. The Netherlands' national anthem, Wilhelmus, is the oldest national anthem in the world. It was written in 1568 and became official in 1932. The Dutch are the tallest men in the world with an average height of 183 cm. The Dutch woman, on the other hand, an average 171 cm tall. The Netherlands has the highest English proficiency in the world. 9 of every 10 people in the country speak English as second language. It is also one of the top countries in the world for kids to learn a new language at school. The Netherlands is the world's leading tulip exporter. The country is expected to export $2 billion worth of tulips in 2017. Well over 20 million flowers and plants are sold at Royal Flora Holland every day. The peak growing season for tulips is between April and May. However, it is important to note that the her tulips are not native to the Netherlands and were imported from Turkey in 16th century. The Netherlands is also the world's second biggest exporter of beer. In France, Germany, and the Netherlands, they serve beer in McDonald's. The Netherlands is also the largest consumer of licorice in the world. 70% of bacons come from Netherlands. The Dutch, after Scandinavian, drink most coffee per person per year in the world, almost 140 liters. On average, the Dutch cycle 1,000 kilometers during a year. The teenager in the country cycle 2,000 kilometers per year. There are 16 bike shops per 100,000 inhabitants in the Netherlands. Belgium and Netherlands were awarded for being the most bike-friendly countries in 2013. Amsterdam has the world's oldest stock exchange. The Dutch East India Company is the first truly multinational company in the world. It issued stocks in 1602 and became the first company to do so. The Dutch are also most physically active people in the world. More than 50% of the population involves in some sport every week at least once. In Randstad, almost 40% of the population of the country lives here. It is a megapolis of the 4 zones including Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague, and Utrecht. Amsterdam has 1281 bridges. Amsterdam is also Europe's 5th busiest travel destination, handling over 4.2 million travelers every year. Despite the high population in the country, high-rise buildings are not so common. Amsterdam is the capital of the Netherlands, but the government sits in The Hague. More than 1,000 traditional windmills are still operational in the country. The second Saturday and Sunday in May is a National Nail Day in Netherlands. The average annual rainfall in the Netherlands is 76.5 cm, and the country experiences limited sunshine during the year. Winds are abundant, and that's why they use windmills to produce energy. KLM is the world's leading airline which has Dutch roots. It started in 1919 and is also the oldest national airline in the world. The Dutch have been making cheese since 400 AD. The Netherlands is also the world's largest cheese exporting country. The country has also a 300-year-old market for cheese, Woerden and Gouda. The average Dutch person eats 15 kilograms of cheese per year. The country's favorite snack is French fries dipped in mayonnaise. The residents of the Netherlands drink a lot of milk for breakfast and lunch as well. The country also boasts the world's oldest tricolor, the national flag of the Netherlands. The microscope was invented in the Netherlands in the 16th century. Philips, a major electrical appliance company, started humbly in Eindhoven. The city is thus also known as the City of Lights. Wooden windmills were used in the Netherlands to drain water from the land. They were used for 600 years. The Dutch are also paying attention developing renewable sources of energy for powering their country. The Netherlands is vulnerable to flooding because it's a low-lying country. Flood control methods include the use of the pumping stations, canals, lakes, and dikes. Because the country is low-lying, they have to be super smart in order to prevent themselves from drowning in the event of flooding. More than 2,400 kilometers of dikes shield the country from the water. If these dikes were removed, almost 65% of the Netherlands would flood daily. The Dutch fought a war for more than 80 years before they gained independence from Spain in 1648. By 2025, the authorities in the country are going to ban sales of the petrol as well as the diesel-powered automobiles. The country uses electrical trains powered by the wind. The trains displace 600,000 passengers daily. The village of Giethoorn in Netherlands has no roads. There are just canals that use it for transportation. The village is also known as the Venice of the Netherlands. The Dutch dress in orange in 27 April to celebrate their king's birthday. The country is devoid of deforestation. In 1952, there were 260,000 hectares of forest land, which has now increased to 360,000 hectares. Stairs are narrow in Dutch houses, and you may have to lift your furniture from outside the window when you are shifting at top floors above the ground floor. Also, traditional Dutch houses do not use ceiling lights. Instead, they use wall-hanging lamps. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button.